for What's the Buzz, everyone. And today we are talking wedding invites. Now, in most cases, opening a wedding invitation is a moment of excitement, but let's be real, there can also be disappointment when you don't get a +1 on your invitation. So, what's fair and what's not when it comes to +1s? And joining us in this conversation, we have Shay Hicks Whitfield from HGTV's Bargain Block, AP Lockett from the host of the AP show, and the one and only Auntie Riri, who is a content producer here at Local 4 and who is also a wedding planner extraordinaire. Ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Cherie, no, your situation is going to run right.
Yes.
If Cherie is on the scene. Okay. Listen, but before everyone chimes in, let me just set this up. This conversation was sparked by an article in Business Insider where someone said that they decided not to attend a friend's destination wedding because they didn't get a +1. Let's start there. What are your thoughts on this scenario? I immediately feel like you want me to get on a plane to come somewhere by myself? What do y'all think?
I'll travel by myself in a heartbeat. I have no problem traveling by myself. So if my friend invited me I wouldn't even dare ask for a +1 because if they wanted me to bring a +1, they would have said Shay plus guests.
Now, what if you didn't know anybody at the wedding? So you still gonna show up?
Yes, there's always things to do.
That's true.
Well, I don't need a stranger, so and I'm single.
So you showing up by yourself.
So I'm fine with showing up by myself. And again, you know, being a wedding planner, I understand that it's expensive.
Right.
Very.
You know, and so if I'm traveling overseas like that, if I was bringing someone, which I probably wouldn't, but if I was bringing someone, we can just hang out after the wedding.
I see. That's a good way to look at it.
I'm the same. I'm not traveling across the country by myself. I'm bringing someone with me. If they can't come to the wedding, that's cool. But I'm not traveling by myself.
I understand.
That far away.
I think that I'm fine traveling by myself, and I'm a married lady, but I could leave him at home and go to the party and come right back.
Yeah, but it keeps the love going.
It keeps the love going.
Did you miss me?
But the +1, like that wouldn't count for a spouse though, right?
It
No,
is.
that would be your spouse.
No, I'm just saying like my spouse is included with me.
No, he's
No,
also
like
he's
no
your +1.
Yeah.
I'm actually experiencing this. I'm planning my
Yeah, I
10
need to
year
know about that because my
vow
spouse has to be my
renewal.
+1.
And I've been getting +1s, and I'm like, wait, this is expensive.
And I'm going to actually traveling to Atlanta this weekend to go to
A wedding?
and I did not have a +1, but again,
Right.
I'm going to know several people there.
Should be your +1.
Well, I mean, but if it's a cost per plate, that's two
It's
people. So they
expensive.
definitely want to have the right head count. So your spouse is not included.
Unfortunately,
I don't
but
like
let's talk about this. So what do you think is the proper etiquette for a +1 invitation? Is it wrong to not offer a +1 because you don't want a stranger at your wedding? Because some people feel that way.
Yeah.
When one of my really close friends got married, she flat out was like, if you haven't been with him for at least a year or two, I don't want him at my wedding. So what do you guys think about that?
I usually consult brides that if it's okay for you to have rules, and if that's something you want to do, sorry that you're disappointing them, but just go with what you feel in your heart you need to do. Because it's expensive.
It's expensive, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be surrounded by the people you know and love.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's very true.
but I also feel as
You gotta
though
have a +1 if you married.
don't, all the technical things that if you haven't been with him this time, just say don't bring a +1.
Yeah, no,
like, because then you're looking at my relationship and I'm just like, well, wait a minute, I need love too.
I don't think I can plan a wedding knowing that someone is married and not allowing their spouse to come with them. Me,
I
personally.
understand.
Your spouse is your forever +1.
Right.
I can't, if you were married and I invited you to my wedding, it would be you and your husband.
Right. I understand when some people...
I don't know. That's just me.
Does it come down to whether it is, the wedding about the couple or is it about the guests? And so for me, I had a destination wedding, and you could come or not because to me, it's about the guests because you have to pay for the food, you have to pay for them. It's really for everyone else, right? And that's just my opinion.
That is true. That it very well is for everyone else. I didn't think about it that way because at first ours was just an anniversary party, but we didn't have the wedding. We had a beautiful wedding, but it wasn't like of my dreams. I'm like, let me do this all over.
She said a whole dude. I'm with you, but hopefully this doesn't ruin friendships and that sort of thing. Because guess what? Some people might not show up if they don't have a +1, and it just is what it is.
That is true. And it would be horrible for them to RSVP and then not show up.
Not show up.
Right.
And then you just send them an invoice, maybe.
Oh.
Someone did
invoice.
that. Someone did that.
Yeah.
You know, we're living
But
in the
don't
times where the
RSVP.
cost of food and the cost of things
Everything
are very
is so
expensive.
expensive.
Yes,
So-
it really, really
So
is.
your
me my
bill
plus
will
one.
be in
Won't
the
have to worry
mail.
about
Your bill will be in the mail. Okay, thank you all so much for being here. This was such a good
Thank you.
conversation.